All right, now we are going to look at some of the vessels, okay? So we're going to be focusing on this top part of the heart here. Okay, so the easiest one to spot is usually the aorta. So you can see it has, it's the highest part of the heart up here, but also you can clearly see on this one especially, and they usually preserve it pretty well, you can see 3 different vessels branching off. One is going to go to head and neck, one to the right arm area, one to the left arm area, and then it's going to loop around down, but that part of the inferior aorta, as it coming down the descending, is not usually captured in the dissection. So this 3-pronged one, that's easy to spot, is the aorta. It's also going to be the highest part right here, okay? Now, also, kind of another easy one to spot. If I pull this aorta back, you're going to see this vessel right here, which, if I follow it, comes out right here. And if I put my finger in here, okay, I'm going to end up on this side. It is coming out of this right ventricle. So this is the pulmonary artery going to the lungs. So again, you can easily see the aorta, this top part, and then if you pull it back, you can see the vessel that comes across like this. Okay, and it's going to loop and it's going to go to the lungs. Okay. Now I have to find 2 more vessels. Okay, so now you see I flip the heart over, I'm looking at the back. Okay, and then this one is not as thick. I'm going to try to kind of open it, okay, till I kind of get in here and put my finger in, and see I can move this. So let's lay it flat with my finger in here. I'm moving this one. Left ventricle, right ventricle. So this is the right atrium. So what is leading into the right atrium? Coming from the top, superior vena cava. All right. Now, this one, if I put my finger through like this one is going to be coming up the inferior vena cava. Okay. So here's the inferior. I don't have much of it preserved on here, but the superior definitely. Okay. Now what I'm going to try to find, coming into this left atrium. So remember, let's position ourselves. Apex, left ventricle, left atrium. I'm going to try to find the vessel that gets into that left atrium. And it's usually, you can find it along the back here. Might be, nope, this one, nope, okay, this one just might not, oh, possibly, this one not as well preserved. I might be able to find it when I cut this open because I don't see a clear path of one leading in, okay, so it's hard for me to spot it. So I'm going to label what I can. So I'm going to hold it like this, okay, and label the 3 main ones that I can clearly see. So you definitely have to get these. So purple, okay, I'm going to label the aorta. Oops. So remember that one was up here. So I'm going to make sure it goes into the vessel. This is some fat for protection. This was the pulmonary artery. I'm going to do that one pink. And then I have that superior vena cava going into that right atrium. So I'm going to use yellow for that one, for that superior vena cava. Okay, so just get that stuck in there. Okay, and then I'm just going to put that right atrium label back in, which was green. And that left atrium label back in, which was red. Okay. Now you could see right atrium, left atrium, superior vena cava, aorta, and pulmonary artery. That is all you should have labeled. I know we looked for a couple others, didn't really have too much success. You probably won't either, and that's okay. Label this with these pins, take a picture, okay? Then we are going to remove the pins and then continue with the dissection, all right? So far we have taken 2 pictures, and let's just review the heart again before we move on. So apex, left ventricle, left atrium, right ventricle, right atrium, coronary vessels. We have the aorta, that superior vena cava leading into the right atrium. And then we have this pulmonary artery leading to the lungs. Okay? Then we will move on.